Everybody, we are on to part 4 of my music collection. Here goes. Boom. Now, I've reviewed my tape collection. The first 2 rows, we're on to the 3rd row. Which, we're going to start with front 242 here. Thinking this might be a great way to stack them and show them. So, yeah, these are like the remakes. You know, I kind of don't like these cheesy covers, so I'm going to show that to you before I flip it over. I probably have that flipped over because of the way it's written on the side. Now, let me see. There was a guy at the record store in Key West that saw my dad buying some Cadbury Voltaire and said, hey, you might want to check out Front 242. So we really liked this band. This was a good band. They really didn't get, you know, pretentious or anything like that, you know. But they knew when to quit. When they were, you know, running out of material or whatever that is, they knew when to quit. So some people seemed like they don't know when to quit, right? It's okay to stop when you're uninspired. So nothing wrong with that. So see, Bedrock, Chris Fortier, that was some pretty good trance right there. So when I was listening to like John Digweed and all that stuff, so these are probably the really good ones. After that, I really don't know what else to recommend. Future Sound of London here. Look at me, I'm kind of embarrassed. I never scraped the sticker off. Now you know what a good deal I got though. Very psychedelic cover work there. I love what happens when you open that up, but I'm not going to do that since I'm single-handed. And look at that. Really fun stuff there. I'm trying to figure out what's next in here. So let's see. That was Future Sound of London. I'm going to show you the Lisa Gerrard since I got it in my hand before we put that stack back in there. Boom. So, Lisa Gerrard from Dead Can Dance. Don't listen to a lot of stuff like that, but I got a little. She's a very beautiful vocalist. They really help stretch me in that direction of listening to vocal music, where much of my music is like electronic. So Gong, that's kind of like early 70s. I don't know how to explain that. You know, kind of like progressive rock, something like this. Guyana Allen, this is peyote music. Yeah, peyote songs. So it's kind of outside, like most of the music I have here is like Western European. This is Indian Native American music. So, all right, how job. Probably I don't know. I feel like maybe I have to listen to more how job. I don't know what I'm missing, but this one had a lot of great tracks on it. I really liked it. Don't know if there's anything I'm missing. Hawkwind. So, oh yeah, so here we go. So they called this space rock. They had a little story like Hawkwind's from another planet. But yeah, this is like rock and roll music that combines synthesizer. I really liked this band growing up. So I remember this as long as I can remember my dad listening to music. So he would like, you know, he would sit down and listen to music on the weekends and smoke some weed. And, you know, if he's listening to like Hawkwind, for example, he'd get all his album covers and just spread them across the front of the floor and whatever band he had. So like Hawkwind always had such cool album covers, you know, like spaceships and stuff like that. So Helden, there's I think there's also 70s electronic, kind of has a little bit of a rock and roll jazz into it, very psychedelic. So much of the music I have here is synthesizer and psychedelic. So Danny Howells is something I discovered following like trance techno, kind of going from John Digweed and onward to other things. Some good stuff. He's definitely he's a little clubby for me, but some of the stuff he has is pretty good. Intermix. This is a Frontline Assembly, Bill Leeb. I was talking about him with Delirium. This is cool. This is like when Bill Leeb does more like instrumental stuff with no singing on it. So that's like his version of techno. So I really like Bill's version of techno. And so Intermix. Oh, I almost forgot to share this one. How's that? Future Primitive. So now there's an artist out there now called Future Primitive, and he's pretty good. I don't listen to like very much dubstep, but he's like the only one I've ever heard that I have any respect for, and he just happened to be called Future Primitive. Kevin Key. Normally his side projects have something like a name. This is just straight up Kevin Key. So again, part of Skinny Puppy. I always liked his side projects. Very electronic, very psychedelic. And he's kind of more industrial-esque, very, you know, more glitchy, you know, more choppy sounding, sometimes more noisy sounding. Now this is something I get from Rosie. This is Himalayan, I think, you know, from Tibet. Very good, powerful music. So really nice to have this in my collection. I see Kiev, just there was a band from, I can't remember what part of Europe, if they were German, and so I met a guy named Dave. He had his own little record shop. I think they were called, darn it, I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but he brought these guys to Denver, and so I have to have something by them. It's okay. Killing Joke. Definitely, this more like punk rock with electronic added in. Very good band. These guys are solid as fuck. Let me tell you what. So definitely, if you like good hard, good solid, punk with electronic, intelligent people too. Very important, intelligent people. There's Richard Kirk. He's got a lot of side projects that he has called by different names, but thankfully he identifies as Richard Kirk. Makes it a little easier to find. And I love the names of these, like the Virtual State, the Number of Magic. I think these are Richard Kirk's right here. And then New Breed. So on to New Breed. Let me see. That looks like Sander Kleinenberg. Like a little Sander Kleinenberg. Now, I really like that New Breed, but then these ones, it gets a little cheesy and a little more clubby for my taste. But I have them because I was really hoping for more of the good stuff, And so then that brings us to KMFDM. Yeah, so that's when we started finding out about the Wax Trax music. So this is one of the bands we listened to quite a bit, late 80s and the early 90s. Kind of remember, middle school, the rest of high school, after I came to Colorado. This has always been a good band. And they've always been kind of the same. And that's the funny thing is they did a song where they kind of made fun of that, like same old shit, just your usual KMFDM, it's like, why change it? It's always been a good sound. So they're not changing anything. So KMFDM, they just keep on sounding good. They keep making more material, but they don't change a damn bit, and that's just fine. So the crazy thing is, I mentioned the Kraftwerk was one of my favorite bands. Of course, I have a lot of cassettes, but I've only got a few tapes in here. That's kind of cool. They did sort of like a updated remix album here. And then let's see here. Yeah, so not much to that song. Anyways, yeah, so it takes me so long to get through each of these rows. I've actually got to stop at the end of each row and make a new video for the next row. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this discussion. And I will see you, end of part 4. We'll be talking to you at part 5. Bada bing, bada boom.